In the ever-evolving landscape of American politics, few issues ignite as much debate and division as redistricting. The process of redrawing congressional maps has long been a contentious practice, with accusations of favoritism, discrimination, and power grabs flying from all sides. And now, Texas and Missouri are at the forefront of this national conversation, each taking bold steps that could reshape their state's political futures, and perhaps the balance of power in Congress. Texas Governor Greg Abbott recently put pen to paper, signing into law a controversial bill designed to redraw the state's congressional boundaries. This move comes after significant pressure from former President Donald Trump, who sees it as an opportunity to flip 5 key U.S. House seats from Democratic to Republican control ahead of next year's midterm elections. But here's where it gets controversial. Critics argue that these changes aren't just about gaining political advantage. They're also about sidelining minority voters and undermining democracy itself. The decision didn't come without resistance. In fact, the passage of the bill was delayed for 2 weeks when over 50 Democratic lawmakers staged a dramatic walkout, effectively denying Republicans the quorum needed to proceed. Their reasoning? They believe the new map dilutes the voting power of Hispanic and Black communities, violating federal laws meant to protect against racial discrimination. On the other hand, Texas Republicans insist they base their decisions on voting patterns rather than race, framing the changes as purely strategic, not discriminatory. Meanwhile, Missouri is following suit. Governor Mike Kehoe has called a special session of the state legislature set to begin on September 3rd, with the goal of pushing through its own redistricting plan. Trump wasted no time in endorsing the effort, calling it a chance to elect an additional MAGA Republican during the 2026 midterms. However, not everyone is celebrating. Ken Martin, chair of the Democratic National Committee, accused Kehoe of bowing to Trump's demands at the expense of Missouri families and democratic principles. And this is the part most people miss. While Texas and Missouri lean heavily toward Republicans, blue states like California are fighting back. Just last week, California lawmakers swiftly passed a redistricting proposal aimed at securing 5 more congressional seats for Democrats. Unlike Texas, however, California's plan will require voter approval in November, a crucial difference that highlights how differently states approach this issue. But let's talk about what really matters. Is gerrymandering good or bad for democracy? A recent Reuters Ipsos poll suggests that most Americans view it negatively, believing that manipulating district lines for partisan gain undermines fairness and trust in government. Yet, despite widespread disapproval, both parties continue to engage in the practice whenever possible, often defending it as necessary to maintain political competitiveness. So where do we go from here? With legal challenges already mounting against Texas, new map, including a lawsuit filed by the NAACP alleging discrimination, the battle over redistricting is far from over. Meanwhile, states across the country are watching closely, knowing that the outcomes in Texas, Missouri, and California could set precedents for years to come. What do you think? Should redistricting be left entirely in the hands of politicians? Or should independent commissions oversee the process to ensure fairness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Because one thing is certain, the fight for fair representation isn't ending anytime soon.